Hey everybody, welcome back. Music with Todd Ledbetter. Super awesome you're here. My curiosity just got the best of me, as you can see, and we are going back with some more David Bowie. We're still on the Scary Monsters and the Super Creeps album from. Now let's see. This was the remaster. Oh, let me check real quick. Remastered 1980. Let me make sure. Oh. Oh boy, maybe I messed this whole thing up. When was Scary Monsters originally released? That's the question, huh? Let's see. What do we got here? What am I doing here? Let's see. Why can't I figure it out? David Bowie. Okay, here we go. Album CL. 1980, huh? Okay, so yeah. Is that okay, as far as I know, that's the original release. Scary, which it sounds right. It sounds right because fashion and all that. Yeah, 19, I don't think it was before that, was it? If it was, let me know. I don't know if that's the re-release or remastered version date or the original date, but I think it's obviously 2017. Not right. Oh no. Okay. Oh, here we go. It was remastered. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I am so like vision blind. I do have issues with my eyes, but 2017 remastered, 1980 release. God, it's so simple, isn't it? Isn't it just simple? You're screaming at me. Okay, Teenage Wildlife. I just got, that was another of the recent recommendations. Like I said, I've heard Ashes to Ashes and Fashion, and then comes track number 6, Teenage Wildlife, which I don't think I've heard. Forgive me if I have, and we'll get through it together, but we're going to find out. So far, haven't really heard some of these songs. Let's check it out. See, that sounds like Heroes to me. That guitar, I love that.
A real life adventure worth more than pieces of gold.
Yeah, that part is sad.
Blue skies above, sun on your arms, strength in your stride and hope in those sweet green eyes. You'll get chilly receptions everywhere.
Man, see, now I feel like I should have heard that song in 1980 because I was a teenager, 15, 16 years old in 1980. I was born in April, so a little bit of both, I think. Yeah. Uh, and see, that is fits right in with what I was listening to at the time, all kinds of stuff, but I think fashion threw me off a little bit. But I listen to it now, and it's that way with a number of his songs. I can't really remember the American. What was that song called? Anyways, it used to get played on rainy days in the gymnasium when we would play like basketball and stuff like that to stay out of the rain. And the PE teacher had a reel to reel, and he would play the same songs over, but it was a David Bowie song. I just didn't like it, but now I listen to it and I love it. I love it, and I think part of it is because I appreciate the complexity, and this song had so much complexity that caught me off guard. It really had that same. It's like it really sounded. I'm realizing that David Bowie has, he creates characters and Ziggy Stardust and what is it, the tall thin man, and just different sounds, and this sounds like a certain type of Bowie song to me, just that but and it just sounded like it was going to be kind of basic too along those lines, but I was surprised at every corner. Just when I thought I'd heard the song, how long was that song? Seriously, that felt like a really long song. It was just under 7 minutes, and it felt like 10 minutes. There was so much in there. Sometimes songs go by fast. It's like, wow. But no, it was just trudging along, trudging along. But then it was just doing all this other cool stuff and transitions and cool vocal things. And then that lead guitar really was just kicking in a lot, in the second half of the song, as far as I can remember. I'm not sure when it started in exactly, but it was a prominent role and the intensity build up in that song for sure. And it was cool, super cool. Who was playing guitar then? Because what I'm not sure. Right after this album was it? Let's see what it was. Okay, 1980 scary. Oh yeah, Let's Dance. See, yeah, Let's Dance, 1983. Okay, wow. So that was Stevie Ray Vaughan playing guitar on that album, from what I remember. Pretty sure that's the album. It had Modern Love and China Girl, Let's Dance. And I played a lot of those songs in the bands at the time, but they weren't really, it just was not really exactly my thing. It was that was a totally another Bowie, altogether during that period. So different than what we just heard, in, what was that song called? Teenage, oh, getting myself all messed up. Teenage Wildlife, of course. What else would it be called? So that song was cool. Really, really cool. See, if I would have explored the album, because I like those songs, Modern Love and the other songs now, I Modern Love, I don't know. I played it so many times. It's one of those songs where, back then in cover bands, you played that song. And some of the other Let's Dance. But Stevie Ray Vaughan, yeah. So who was the guitar player on that album? Was it one of the Sales Brothers, perhaps? Were they in the band at that time doing that? Because it kind of sounds like him, the guitarist does. But the tone and stuff. But I don't know for sure. Maybe you'll tell me. A cool song, though. Really. I wish I would have explored the album further. It's funny because sometimes, those were such big albums and big hits that I'm surprised I wouldn't have been at a party or at a friend's house and would have played that album. But it's like that Let's Dance song was such like a single, it was a single. So it was like, I would hear it at parties, but then it would just be a single and then it'd move on to Depeche Mode or whatever it might've been, at parties. And so I never got the opportunity to see, okay, well, I like this kind of Bowie, that better than some of the other stuff on that album, that Let's Dance album, or this Fashion, the one with Fashion on it. I don't know. I'm just reliving my childhood and experiencing childhood traumas that I wish I would have worked out then by listening to the stupid album. Now, that's a good thing because I get to hear it now. It's really interesting to me just to hear that style that he's playing. It's so familiar from other songs. It's like a style of his that he had put together, like way different than Ziggy Stardust, and all that. Anyways, good stuff. All right. Thank you guys very much. David Bowie is just more and more interesting every time you take a look at him, isn't he? You could think you know everything about him and how amazing he is, and then you just learn something new all the time with him. And it's fun to be discovering him a little more and kind of looking into his deeper songs and other songs I never heard of. Fun stuff. All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you down in the comments and we'll check you out. Well, we won't check you out, but you can check me out in the next video.